Welcome to Atlas Shrug 383. Today I'm going to make a little repair to my wife's car. This is my wife's 2017 Honda HRV. And the problem with her HRV is that for the past 8,000 miles or so, it has about 65,000 miles total on it. For about the past 5,000 miles or so, she's been having issues with her start-stop ignition button in the car. She's also had a light on her dash indicating like low battery on the key fob, but she's had the car in for service at least once at the Honda dealership where she bought it, and they just insisted that the issues were related to her key fob battery. But I don't believe that's the case. We're positive it's not the case at this point. The car is getting more and more difficult to start. She's pushing the button multiple times some days, to get it to the ignition to fire, and that light keeps coming on. It doesn't matter how many batteries we put in her key fob. So if you do a little research online, you'll see that a lot of owners do report problems with their start-stop ignition in these cars. And I don't know what the deal is. Honda is kind of like, not wanting to address that issue. So I'm going to address that issue for my wife's car today. I ordered a new start-stop button from Amazon. $35, y'all. I mean, this is a knockoff. It's not a genuine Honda part, but it is for this specific car. And I'm just going to replace it. For 35 bucks, what's the worst can happen, right? So I'm going to show that replacement process. And guys, if you take your car to the dealership and you're out of warranty to get something like this done, as simple as this is, you're going to be out of pocket hundreds of dollars, So $35 and a little bit of time. That's what I'm going to put into this today. And hopefully we're going to have success. I always like to throw a disclaimer out. Of course, if this doesn't work, I'm not going to put this video up. So, so hopefully if you're seeing the video, this worked. And this is something that you can do. Easy peasy. And of course, we need the disclaimer, right? I mean, I am not a mechanic. And if you make any repairs to your own vehicle, you do so at your own risk. I'm not responsible. Sorry, guys. But this is an easy one that anybody can do. The first thing that I'm going to do, since this is an electrical component, and since, especially on modern cars, and any car in general, as long as your battery is connected, you've got juice flowing through the wires. I'm going to disconnect the negative battery terminal, just like that peace of mind. This is probably something you could do without it, but let's play it safe and disconnect that negative battery terminal. So the reason we're disconnecting the battery is just because, like I said, we don't want juice flowing through these wires while we're working on the car. The risk of a shock is very minor, probably non-existent, but to save your electrical system in general, it's always a good idea just to disconnect that negative battery terminal. This is a 10 millimeter ratchet here, so I'm going to loosen that battery terminal. Okay, we're loose. And we're going to pull that off and sit it where it will not be in contact with metal. There we go. Okay, now that we have that negative battery terminal disconnected and we don't have juice flowing through the wires anymore, we're going to address this. So here's the start-stop ignition button on these. You'll see there is a dash panel around the button. Let's see if I can get in here a little bit closer. Good, now we can see this panel much more clearly. See the panel right here that goes down under the steering wheel. See, there's the steering wheel. There are a series of 4 clips that hold this panel on. So we just want to use a pry tool of some sort. Plastic is fine, and we want to pop this panel off right here. You see, once we get up under here, it's just a matter of popping this loose. A little hard to do this one-handed. I'm going to work on this with both hands. Okay, I have the clips popped out now, and I want to give you a little advice. You saw me messing around with this pry tool. This pry tool is not very rigid, so it really didn't help me that much. Just used the old sausages here. Got down under the panel. I popped this lower piece out first, and then I used my hands to just reach back under this panel, and I just wiggled and pulled, and it popped right loose. So I didn't need a pry tool to do this, and probably less risk of damage to just do it by hand anyway. So you can see there these tabs that stick out. That's what we had to loosen, and I didn't break anything, so we'll be able to pop this right back in easily when we are finished. The next thing we're going to do, by the way, see, here is the start stop button. What you're looking at here is this. See, upside down. There's an electrical connector here on the back of it, and I'm going to need both hands, so I do apologize for that, but I am going to loosen this electrical connector, and that will allow me to remove this entire piece. Okay, and here we have it, folks. This is the panel that it's upside down. Here's the panel that we had up there. We popped it out, and you can see the 4 tabs very clearly now. See, they have white tips on them. We popped those loose, and then we disconnected the wire plug, the wiring harness that went in the back of this. Right, here's the wire. To disconnect it, all we needed to do is push down on the top of the wiring harness. There's a little tab. There's a little tab on top. You push down and push, and it just pops right out. Very easy. The next thing I'm going to do is remove the old start-stop ignition housing from this panel. To remove it, there are tabs. See this tab? See that tab? I think I can do this on camera actually. I'm gonna squeeze these tabs in, and then I'm just gonna squeeze them in. I'm gonna push. There we go. See that? There's the old one. So we're gonna put that aside, and here's the new one. And we're just gonna reverse order now. We're gonna pop this thing in. All right, hold on just a second. Here's the new one. Just wanted to make sure that my alignment was good. So we're just going to push this in here now. There we go. Want to make sure that it's not crooked. Make sure that it's aligned to the front. There we go. There we go. Now we just got to plug our electrical connector back in. See if I can get this plug in on camera. It's just going to push into the back, so should be easy to do, maybe one-handed. We'll see if I can do it here one-handed. There we go. The wiring harness, the plug for the wires, is now plugged back into the start-stop ignition button. So now we're just going to snap everything back in. I'm going to line up these tabs, and I'm going to push. You'll hear them snap right into place. There's 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've got everything popped back into place, so there's nothing loose or rattly down there. So now we're going to reconnect our battery and then give it a whirl and see if it works. Okay, now we're going to see if the button works. So we got the key in here. Let's give it a whirl. Good deal. Good deal. The light has gone off the dash. I forgot to show you guys that in the beginning. There was a warning light up here in the upper left corner, basically saying that the battery fob, the key fob battery was dying. And as I explained earlier in the video, we've replaced that battery at least twice. Well, twice, I'm sure it was twice. And it would just come back on up here. But the problem was here. And so now we've got a new button in there, and we seem to be good to go. Oh yeah, that is much better than it was. So I'll say that's a success. Like, share, subscribe. Easy fixes are the way to go, folks. I mean, come on. $35 versus, you know, hundreds of dollars at a dealership to fix a common problem. Anybody can do this, anybody. Thanks for watching.